think it's going to happen. That if I dangle out that I'm going to be leaving this relationship, maybe that'll get him to change.
Like, men oftentimes don't understand things until there are consequences attached to them.
No, you're not. You're direct, and you confuse that with simple. But a woman has to pay attention to 9 things to have you understand something that she needs.
That's a part of the game. That's a part of the manipulation from men to overreact, to gaslight. Women don't, we make it so difficult for them to communicate because we know that then they won't communicate it with us. Relationships could be so much better. Relationships would be so much more fun and fulfilling and easygoing if men were better at communication. Men are not good at communicating. We're not perceptive. We're not receptive. We reject, pretty much all information when women try to convey things to us. And it's just very difficult for women to communicate with men, like overall, because we just don't respect them. We lack the emotional intelligence it takes to communicate effectively. We lack a ton of the tools it takes. We lack the vernacular, we don't have the verbiage to express ourselves a lot of times. That makes it exceedingly difficult. Also, when women try to communicate with us, when they try to convey to us the things that they want us to do, we oftentimes get upset, get bent out of shape, push back, crash out, whatever you want to say. We do that like consistently. That's why like men don't understand a lot of times that women, like, we get mad and we say like, oh, women are playing games and da-da-da-da-da, but it's because women have learned that they have to play games to get men to understand them. Like, it's very hard for a woman to just tell a man exactly what she wants and a man receive it and listen. You cannot do that with men. Like, that's not common with men. It's not. It takes so much more to get a man to understand things.
The reason I was saying I got dumped is because when I presented the situation to the guy, like, these are my needs, I feel like they're not being met. I feel like the best decision is for me to walk away or for us to end things because we're just not aligned. Blah, blah, blah. The response that I would have wanted would be like, okay, how can we make this work? What can I do? I want you. I want to be in this relationship. I want this to work. Let's figure this out. And I didn't get that. So essentially it's like, yeah, I got dumped.
She basically broke up with the guy. This is what women think is going to happen. That if I dangle out that I'm going to be leaving this relationship, maybe that'll get him to change. You see the emotional manipulation that she attempted that did not work. So there's 2 things in this video that's happening. It's illustrating how women use manipulation to get what they want, and when they don't get it, they feel rejected. And then the second thing is that women don't use language the same way that men use language. They use language to create a reality, not to describe a reality, because this man did not dump her. This man went with what she said. She said, because you're not doing X, Y, and Z, I think it's best for us to go. So the man is hearing, oh, this woman is breaking up with me. Why am I going to now try to beg her to stay with me? He's not going to do that. He's going to say, okay, you already have come to the conclusion that this is over. What you should have done, and why women, I don't understand, women are more direct. They play these little games like this. You should have came and said, X, Y, and Z I told you about, and you still haven't done it. So I want to know what's happening with this. What is the status of what's happening here so we can decide what we're going to do with this relationship. But if you come to him with already saying you have made a decision to say we should go our separate ways, then that's what you have decided, and I'm not persuading you otherwise.
The reason why what he's saying is so off base is because, again, like I said earlier, men don't listen to women. Men don't listen to women. Right. And if you talk to women about this, they'll tell you that in so many cases, their husbands, their boyfriends, their baby daddies, whatever, they didn't change until the woman said that they were going to leave or until the woman left. Like, men oftentimes don't understand things until there are consequences attached to them, to their like material consequences, emotional consequences, physical consequences, whatever. And men typically have a hard time adjusting when a woman simply tells him, this is what I need from you. Men don't listen. We don't listen. We reject it. So what you deem to be like manipulation or whatever, cool, you can call it that. I'm okay with calling it that. But not all manipulation is the same. It's not used to the same, like ends. Like the reason why she did that at the end was because she had before, you think that was the first time she told him about her needs? No, she told him several times throughout the relationship. He didn't adjust. Then like as a last ditch effort, she was like, yo, maybe if I attach it to some consequences, he might change. And that's what she attempted to do. And it didn't work. That's cool. But she's right. Essentially, he did break up with her because she was asking him, I'm sure, for an extended period of time to be better, to treat her better, and he refused to do it. And this is what I be saying about how like y'all love to say women file for divorce, and you guys try to flip that into, oh, women are the reason why the relationship ended. No, the man's actions is the reason the relationship ended. What else was she to do at that point? He wasn't listening to her, and he wasn't leaving. He wasn't listening to her, and he wasn't leaving. So she said, all right, I want to be here, but for me to be here, this is what I need from him. I've tried to be direct with him. He won't listen. Let me try this other way. Nope, he didn't listen. So essentially, he did make the decision by his inactions to end the relationship, because had he listened to her request, then this wouldn't have happened. They would have stayed together. That's why she's saying he ended the relationship, right? Now he asks, he's wondering, how did we get here? What happened? How did we get here? Why do women play these games and all of that? This is why women have to play these games.
Men are like, what do you do? I've been studying men since 1991. I've literally had a man in an airplane turn to me and go, are you slow? We're simple. And it took a while for me to be able to say right back, no, you're not. You're direct, and you confuse that with simple. But a woman has to pay attention to 9 things to have you understand something that she needs.
Listen to that again, because this is really important. And I want you to have some empathy. Put yourself in the shoes of the woman and the women. How difficult is it to have to pay attention to 9 fucking things just to convey one message to a human being?
Men are like, what do you do? I've been studying men since 1991. I've literally had a man in an airplane turn to me and go, are you slow? We're simple. And it took a while for me to be able to say right back, no, you're not. You're direct, and you confuse that with simple. But a woman has to pay attention to 9 things to have you understand something that she needs. Nah, that can't be true. We're simple. Took a group of men and went through the 9 steps and talked about what would happen if each one didn't happen. It was validated by the men. Oh yeah, you do need to do all of that.
The 9 steps of what the man needs to be doing to respond to women.
No, what a woman has to do in expressing her needs.
Oh, to a man. I see.
To a man, to support him in giving her what she needs, which men want to give us what we need, but for him to understand what it is and what it would look like and what it would provide for her, and have the chance to say what he would need from her to give it to her. Unfortunately, just starting with the first step, you have to, for the first step to make sense, the first step is ask for a time to talk.
Do you see how difficult it is to get a man to listen to a woman? First, I disagree with her when she said that men want to give women what they need. We don't. If we wanted to give women what they needed, it wouldn't take 9 fucking steps to communicate that shit to us. We would just be able to listen to a woman and take it at face value and go, okay, simple enough. Like I can communicate it to my wife. I can tell my wife exactly what I need directly, and my wife will go, okay, bet. But to get a man to listen to a woman, she has to pay attention to 9 fucking things, man. 9 fucking things. And you're expecting like the everyday average woman to have these tools? Absolutely not. And women still, women try very hard. Like, you know, women might have 6 steps. They might have 7 steps. Like women, they try really hard to communicate with us. But man, oh man, you're saying it takes 9 steps. And if they don't go through all 9 steps, it'll fall apart. Like she said, the men said that. The men said, yeah, it'll fall apart. At step 5, it can fall apart. At step 8, it'll fall apart if you don't do all 9 steps. And you're talking about women are manipulative? The reason why men don't listen to women, the reason we intentionally make it hard to understand what women are saying so that we don't have to listen. That's intentional. That's not accidental. That's not natural. That is intentional. We have been conditioned. Furthermore, we have been conditioned to not listen to women. That's why it takes 9 fucking steps to listen to women. Women have been conditioned to listen to men. That's why you can just tell a woman exactly what the fuck is going on, and she'll go, okay. And she can understand whether she listens to you or not, depending on what you're saying. That's completely different because she has to use her own discernment at that point. But I'm just saying, in general, you don't gotta go. Men don't have to go through 9 steps. I don't have to like butter my wife up to have a conversation with her. I could literally I could text my wife right now. Like, like out the blue, I literally could just text my wife right now something that's on my heart and my mind about our relationship or about her or about something that I need. The conversation to be like that. She'll be like, okay, listen to what I'm saying. If the thing I'm saying is legit, right? And I'm coherent in my description, in my communication. If I do those things, so I guess 2 steps there, which seems like that's just normal for every human. 2 steps. I can literally send my wife a voice note, a text message. I don't even have to have a long, drawn-out conversation. It is Tuesday at 10:21 a.m. I can send my wife that message right now. The communication, as long as I'm open, it'll go boop, 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 and we're done. Like, few messages back and forth. Clarification. Okay, bet. And she will change her behavior because she actually wants to show up for me the way that I want her to show up for me, right? The reason why men don't listen like that is, again, because men are uninterested in showing up for women in the ways that women deserve and the ways that women need. That's it. So no, that woman in the first video, she was not trying to manipulate that man. For like the ends weren't to harm him, right? I don't think all manipulation is bad because listen to what the woman said. It takes 9 steps for a woman to communicate with a man, to communicate what she needs from a man, right? Being like having to go to a man and be like, oh, can I talk to you? Oh, that is manipulation. That would be a form of manipulation because that ain't how she feels. But she got to be soft, and because she knows she can't come at you and be like, "Hey, this is what I need," but because it's your tone, and like because we're master manipulators, and we're automatically going to turn it into something else. The gaslighting will ensue. So the women try to remove every single barrier before speaking to a man. And I know this for a fact. I've talked to my wife about this so many times in our relationship. My wife has told me, she was like, dude, I thought about this for 2 months about how to have this conversation with you. I thought about this for 3 days, how to ask. And the thing don't be deep. It is not even deep. It's never, you know what I'm saying? Like it's bare minimum shit. But she's like, because I'm just so worried about how you're going to react. I've been worried about how you're going to react to this whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the game. That's a part of the manipulation from men to overreact, to gaslight. Women we make it so difficult for them to communicate because we know that then they won't communicate it with us. And then we don't have to hear their nagging. And then and then we're justified in whatever we do moving forward because they never told us. See how the cycle continues? Right? So you gaslight her, you make it difficult for her to tell you stuff. She shuts down and stops telling you stuff, and you go, now I don't have to hear that. And then when she's just suffering in silence, you don't know, you don't care. She's not bringing it to you. You're still getting everything you want. And you're not to blame for anything because she never brought it up to you. But why didn't she bring it up to you? Because every single time she brought it up to you, you acted like a fucking asshole. And that's why women have to manipulate men. That's why. That's why they have to manipulate us. Just so we're all clear. So if you don't want a woman to play those games like that woman played in that first video, then maybe you should try listening to her the first fucking 19 times she brings something up to you.